Welcome, dear students. Today we shall discuss about T-type flip-flop. T means toggle. Toggle type flip-flop. What is meant by toggle? Toggle means change of the state from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0 for every input clock pulse. We know that during clocked SR flip-flop, if S is equal to 1, R is equal to 1, and with clock pulse is equal to 1, the output Qn plus 1 and Qn plus 1 bar both are 1 and 1. This is illegal condition. These illegal conditions can be removed by race round conditions using JK flip-flop. In JK flip-flop, if J equals 1, K equals 1, and if clock input pulse is 1, then Qn plus 1 is equal to Qn comma Qn bar etc. That is, it changes the state from 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 1 to 0 like that. That means there is a race around conditions. But this change of state race around conditions is legal, but you cannot recognize because it is too fast. The changing of the state from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0 is too fast, and therefore this JK flip-flop with J equals 1, K equals 1 and clock equals 1 cannot be used for any electronic purpose. Therefore, we will use master-slave flip-flop. In master-slave flip-flop, it consists of a clocked flip-flop combined with JK flip-flop, or two JK flip-flop are combined together to have master-slave flip-flop. In master-slave flip-flop, if J equals 1 and K equals 1, output with clock pulse is equal to 1, output Qn plus 1 is Qn bar. That is, if the previous output is 0, the next state output Qn plus 1 is equal to Qn bar, that is 1. And this 1 is taken as the previous state input. When the next clock pulse enters, it goes to 0. That means there is a continuous change of state from 0 to 1, 1 to 0, like in race arrow conditions, but with a larger period. And you can recognize this change of state. And this master-slave JK flip-flop is commonly used in counters. Okay. Now, what is the block diagram of T-type flip-flop? It is just like a master-slave flip-flop. Consider the master-slave flip-flop. This master-slave flip-flop may be the combination of two flip-flops, J and JK combined together, or clocked SR flip-flop and JK flip-flop combined together. And it has two inputs, J equals 1 and K equals 1. If these two inputs are joined together to get a single input called T, toggling input, T is equal to 1 because J equals 1, K equals 1. And these two are joined together to have a single input called toggling input. Therefore, T equals 1. And this is a clock input, CLK clock input. Let us consider the rising edge of the clock. This is rising edge of the clock. So when a rising edge of the clock enters, the output toggles. That is, Qn plus 1 becomes Qn bar. Assume that the previous state when T equals 0 or when there is no clock pulse, whatever may be the value of T, whether T equals 0 or T equals 1, when there is no clock pulse, the output of the state is say Qn, previous condition. But when T equals 1 and when the clock pulse enters, output goes from Qn to Qn bar, that we have already studied in master-slave JK flip-flop. That is, the output is toggling between Qn and Qn bar. So if Qn is 0, Qn bar is 1. And this change in the state remains for twice the clock period t. If this period of the positive clock pulse is t, and if the period of the negative clock pulse is also t, total length of the positive clock pulse and negative clock pulse period is 2t. And the toggle occurs between 0 to 1, 1 to 0, where the period is equal to 2 times t. Thus, the period of the change of the state from 1 to 0, 1 to 0, 0 to 1 increases with a period equals to twice the period of the clock pulse. Then this change of state from 0 to 1, 1 to 0 can be recognizable. This change of state is used in usually counters. We will discuss the counter in later. The simple block diagram of the T flip-flop is obtained by joining J and K together with a single input T, and when a clock pulse is applied, the output becomes toggling between 0 to 1, 1 to 0. This toggling is recognizable. The truth table of toggling. It has two inputs, clock input and T input. Clock input and T input. Output is Qn plus 1 and Qn plus 1 bar. You may have another output here, Qn plus 1 and Qn plus 1 bar. But usually output is a single output we are preferring. So let me consider only Qn plus 1. If clock is 0, whatever may be the value of t, whether t equals 0 or t equals 1, output remains in previous state. That is Qn itself. If Qn plus 1 is Qn, Qn plus 1 bar is Qn bar. When the clock pulse is present, when the clock pulse is 1, and if the input t is also 1, output toggles, that is Qn goes to Qn bar and Qn bar goes to Qn. If the previous one was 0, this one is 1. Again, when the next clock pulse, when t equals 1, this Qn bar goes to Qn. Again, for the next clock pulse, when t equals 1, Qn goes to Qn bar. In this way, it is toggling between Qn bar, Qn bar. So, this is a simple working of T-type flip-flop. Now, in electronics, it is important to shift the binary bits either to right or to left. It is called shift register. A shift register is a sequential logic circuit used to shift the binary digits either from left to right, known as left shift register, or it can be shifted from right to left, known as right shifted register. And there are 4 types of shift registers. That is serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, and parallel in, serial out, and parallel in, parallel out. We say that is as SISO, SIPO, PISO, PIPO. Serial in, serial out. Serial in, parallel out. Parallel in, serial out. Parallel in, parallel out. We will discuss it one by one. A shift register is a sequential logic circuit used to shift the binary digit either from left to right or from right to left. Now let us discuss the shift register, which is shifting the binary number to the right side. Right shift register of all 4 types. Serial in, serial out. That is, input is given in serial manner, output is taken in serial manner. SISO. SIPO means serial in, parallel out. The input is given in serial manner and output is taken in parallel manner. PISO. The input is given in parallel manner, output is taken in serial manner. PIPO. The input is given in parallel manner, output is also taken in parallel manner. And before going to the shift register, let me recall what is a D type flip flop, data type flip flop. A data type flip flop is nothing but a clocked SR flip flop with clocked input CLK. If I write 0 here, it is a negative clock pulse. That is, you are going to consider falling edge of the clock. If there is no 0 here, it is a positive clock pulse. In that case, we are taking rising edge. Here I have mentioned 0 with this small triangle. This shows that falling edge of the clock. Therefore, I will represent the falling edge. From higher to lower value it falls. This is the falling edge. From lower to higher it rises. This is the rising edge. But we are considering only falling edge. This is the falling edge. So this is the input of a clock pulse. Another input of a D flip-flop is D, called data input, and Q is the output. I will represent Qn plus 1 is the next state input when input is applied. When no input is applied, let Qn is called the previous state output of D flip-flop. And we know the truth table of this D flip-flop. Clock input, D input, output Qn plus 1. Okay. See, when there is no clock, and whatever may be the values of D, don't care. I will write it into. That is, D may be 0 or D may be 1. You don't care it. Whatever may be the value. Output Qn plus 1 remains in Qn. It remains in previous state. If the output remains in previous state, that is, if the output Qn plus 1 is Qn itself, then we call it as a memory element. We call it as memory element. Now, with the clock pulse present, when D equals 0, output is also 0. This shows that whatever the value present at D is transferred to the output. That is, input is equal to output when clock pulse is present. When clock pulse is present, if the input is 1, output is also 1. Therefore, in D-type flip-flop, whenever there is a clock pulse, the input is transferred to the output. You should remember this to discuss the shift register. Now, we will discuss the first shift register, serial in, serial out of 4-bit shift register. That is, in 4-bit shift register, you are going to shift 4 binary digits to the right side for right shift register. Now we are discussing right shift register only, and we are shifting 4 binary bits to the right. In order to shift in D flip-flop, we know D input is equal to output when clock pulse is present. That is, the digit present at D shifted to the output. In order to shift the 1 bit, you need 1 D flip-flop. Therefore, to shift 4 bit, you need 4 D flip-flops. Now, we will discuss about 4-bit right shift register. Therefore, this 4-bit right shift register should consist of 4 D-type flip-flop. I will write the block diagram of SISO, serial in, serial out. See, this is the block diagram of 4-bit serial in, serial out shift register. Here you are going to shift the binary digit from left to right. We are shifting the binary digit like this, from one flip-flop to the next flip-flop. That is from left to right. Therefore, this is a 4-bit right shift register. And here you are using 4 D flip-flops and the clock inputs are applied simultaneously. What is serial in means? Serial in means you are applying the binary digit one by one. If you apply the digit one at a time, it is called serial in. Serial out, you are taking the output bit by bit. That is, you are taking the output one bit at a time. It is called serial out. So if you apply the input bit by bit, it is called serial in. If you take the output bit by bit, it is called serial out. Similarly, what is meant by parallel in? If you apply all the digits simultaneously at a time, it is parallel in. What is parallel out? If you take the output simultaneously, if you take the output, all the outputs at a time itself, it is called parallel out. Now you are going to discuss serial in, serial out, shift register, 4-bit shift register. Therefore, it should consist of 4 D flip-flop, D flip-flop 3, D flip-flop 2, D flip-flop 1, D flip-flop 0. And you know that in D flip-flop, the input is equal to output. That is, Q3 is equal to D3 when the clock pulse is present. Q2 equals D2 when the clock pulse is present. Now, in this block diagram, all the clock pulses are connected to a single clock input. Therefore, when a negative edge enters, this means it enters to all the flip-flops simultaneously. Therefore, when one pulse enters, negative pulse enters to the first, it also enters to all the flip-flop. Serial in means you are going to put the input data one by one, and you have to shift the data one by one, and you have to take the output bit one by one. That is serial input, serial output. Example, before applying any input, I will shift the 4-bit input 1011. If you want to shift it, if you apply this 4-bit one by one, it is serial in. Of course, the first bit is called LSB, the last bit is called most significant bit MSB. If you apply the bit first LSB, then next to LSB, then next to LSB, then MSB, one by one, it is serial in. And assume that before applying these bits 1011, and when there is no clock pulse, output is 0. Outputs of all the flip-flops are 0. In this block diagram, output of D3 is fed to the input of D2. Therefore, Q3 is equal to D2. Q3 is equal to D2 because Q3 is connected to D2. So, whatever the value at Q3 is also equal to value at D2. Therefore, I will write Q3 equals D2. Here Q2 is connected to D1. Whatever the value at Q2 is also taken as the values for D1. Therefore, this is Q2 is equal to D1 and this is Q1 is equal to D0. And before clock pulse, that is when there is no clock pulse, let us assume that all the outputs of the 4 flip-flops are 0. Now I will apply the first LSB bit 1 and I will apply the clock pulse. When the negative edge clock pulse enters, output of flip-flop D flip-flop is equal to input. Therefore, Q3, here 1 is the input D3. When the clock pulse enters, it is shifted to output. Therefore, 1 is the output of Q3. Here, previous value was 0, it is equal to Q2. The value at Q2 is 0 and it is shifted to here 0. The value of D1 is 0, it is shifted here. The value of D0 is 0, it is shifted here. Therefore, now 1000 is the value. Now I will apply the next one bit to here. Next one. When you apply 1, input is equal to output. Therefore, output is 1. What is the previous input for D2? That is 1. And it is shifted here. This 0 is the input. It is shifted here. This 0 is the input. It is shifted here. Now 1100 is the value. Now we will apply the next bit 0. Then input is equal to output. This 0 is shifted to here. 1 was the previous output which is taken as the input for this. So D2 is 1. Therefore output is 1. Here D1 is 1. Output is also 1. Here D0 is 0. Therefore output is 0. Therefore 0, 1, 1, 0 is the output. And at last I will apply the MSB bit 1. Then input is equal to output. This is 1. Previous input is 0. It is shifted here. Previous input is 1. It is shifted here. Previous input is 1. It is shifted here. And the final output is 1011. Thus, final output is 1011. For that, you need 4 clock pulses. One clock pulse shifts only one time. For the second clock pulse, it is shifted to second flip-flop. For the third clock pulse, 0 is shifted to the fourth clock pulse. And for the fourth clock pulse, this 1 is shifted to the fourth clock pulse. That is, the bit is shifted one by one, therefore it is called serial input. Here the final output is what? 1 only. It is not 1101, it is 1 only. Therefore, after 4 clock pulse, you get the first bit out. This is the output, final output. Q0 is the final output. So you get only one bit, 1. If you apply the fifth bit, you will get the previous output also. You will get 1. If you apply sixth bit, you will get the previous of that is 0. If you apply the sixth bit, it is 1. Therefore, to get all the 4 bit out, how many input clock pulses are required? It is given by the formula 2n minus 1, where n is number of flip-flop. If you use 4 flip-flop, then 2 into 4 is 8. 8 minus 1 equals 7. You need 7 clock pulses. 4 clock pulses only put the first LSB to out. To put the second LSB to out, you need 1 more clock pulses. In that way, to shift all the 4 bit or to get the output one by one as 1011, you need totally 7 clock pulses. Therefore, in, serial out, total number of clock pulses needed to get all the output is given by the formula 2n minus 1, where n is number of flip-flop. Here, number of flip-flop is 4. How many clock pulses are required to get all the outputs? 2 into 4 is 8. 8 minus 1 equals 7. You need 7 clock pulses. This is the disadvantage of serial in, serial out. But it has an advantage for a transmission over a longer distance. If you want to transmit the signal from above 5 kilometers, it has an advantage. But it requires number of clock pulses. More number of clock pulses. This is how serial in, serial out will work. Now later we shall discuss about serial in, parallel out flip-flop. Serial in, parallel out, that is SIPO, shift register. In this register, the input is fed bit by bit. The inputs are applied bit by bit because it is serial in, whereas output is taken simultaneously because it is parallel out. If the input is bit by bit, it is serial in. If the input or outputs taken simultaneously, it is parallel in or parallel out. In this serial in parallel out, we are applying input bit by bit and then serial in, and we are taking output simultaneously at a time, and therefore it is parallel out. I will, I will show how to write 4-bit shift register. You know that to shift 1 bit, you need 1 D flip-flop. Therefore, to shift 4 bit, you need 4 D flip-flop. First, you write all the D flip-flop. Then, I will tell you how to join the flip-flop, depending upon whether it is serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, serial out, like that. So, first you write 4 D flip-flop. So, write 4 D flip-flop. D flip-flop 1, D flip-flop 2, third D flip-flop, and 4D flip-flop. I will mention this as flip-flop 0, flip-flop 1, flip-flop D-type flip-flop 2, D-type flip-flop 3. 0 flip-flop, first flip-flop, second flip-flop, third flip-flop means 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And it is a D-type, therefore write D, D3, and D2, D1, D0. These are the inputs of the flip-flop. And also negative clock pulse. Write 0 with triangle. This represents negative clock pulse. Apply clock pulse to all the flip-flops simultaneously. Therefore, join all the clock pulse to a single clock pulse. Since you are representing this 0 here, it is a negative clock pulse, that is falling edge. Mark the falling edge of the flip-flop. This is input clock pulse. This is input, D input. Now you are applying serial in. Therefore, output of the one flip-flop is connected to input for the next one. That is Q3 is connected to D2, and output Q2 of this flip-flop is connected to D1, input of this, and output of this connected to input of this. That is Q1 is connected to D0. Final output Q0 is taken here. Here this is connected to here. We have Q3 equals D2. Here Q2 equals D1. Here Q1 equals D0. And D0 is equal to Q0. Now, I will study with an example. Let 0 is the output of all the flip-flops before input is applied. 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, I will apply the input 1, 0, 1, 0. Now I have to shift this from left to right one by one, and I will take the output simultaneously. Therefore, first this LSB is applied here. When the clock pulse enters, this input goes to output. 0 is the input, and therefore this input goes to output. 0 is the input of this. This will go to output. 0 is the input of this, and this will go to output. Next, I will apply this 1 to here. This 1 is shifted to here. This 0 is shifted to here. This 0 is shifted to here. This 0 is shifted to here. I will apply 0 next bit, and this 0 is shifted to here. This one, which was previous output which is taken as the input for this is shifted to here, and this 0 is shifted to here, this 0 is shifted to here. Finally I will apply this 1. Now this 1 is shifted to here, this 0 is shifted to here, this 0 is shifted to here, this 0 is shifted to here. Now the output of Q3 is 1. Output of Q2 is 0. Output of Q1 is 1. And output of this Q2 is 0. See, when 0 is applied here, this is shifted here. And previous value of Q3 is 0, this is taken as the input. And input is equal to output. Therefore, Q2 is equal to this. This 0 is shifted here. This 0 is shifted here. When the next one is applied here, this 1 is shifted here. 0 is shifted here. This 0 is shifted here. And this 0 is shifted here. When 0 is applied here, this 0 is shifted here. Previous input is 1. Therefore, this 1 is shifted here, not 0. This is 1. 1 is shifted here. 0 is the value shifted here. This 0 is shifted here. When the last bit 1 is applied, this 1 is shifted here. What is the previous value? That is 0. 0 is shifted here. What is the previous value? 1. 1 is shifted here. What is the previous value? 0. 0 is shifted here. Therefore, 1 0 1 1. The output is 1 0 1 0. 1 0 1 0. That is Q3 is 1, Q2 is 0, Q1 is 1, Q0 is 0. And if I take the output directly like this, that is Q3, Q2, Q1, Q0 taking simultaneously. Thus 1 0 1 0 is the output. That means you are applying input bit by bit. It is shifting bit by bit, but we are taking output simultaneously. Therefore, for only 4 clock pulses, all the outputs are obtained. The outputs are 1 0 1 0. Therefore, to get the output in parallel out, serial in, you need only 4 clock pulses. These 4 clock pulses are required to shift the input data one by one. But no clock pulses are required to get the output data because outputs are taken simultaneously. Therefore, the number of clock pulses required is only 2n, where n is, the number of clock pulses required is given by n minus 1, where n is number of flip-flop. Number of clock pulses required is n itself, where n is number of flip-flop. If you have 4 flip-flops, you require only 4 clock pulses to shift 4 bit. You are shifting the bit by bit. Therefore, to shift each bit, you require 1 flip-flop. To shift 4 bit, you require 4 flip-flops. But you are taking output simultaneously. So, this is serial in, parallel out, shift register. Next class, we will discuss about the other 2 types of flip-flops. Thank you.